Hi guys, I'm Anissa and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be my March, very ambitious March TBR, and a TBR that I'm not sure if I'll be able to complete, but it is because there's like 3 readathons I want to participate in this month, as well as BookTube SFF award stuff, as well as my own goals. So I have 23 books on my TBR, so it's going to be a hefty month for me. But I want to win this, so I'm going to give my best, and I'll let you know about the different challenges, how they fit into the different readathons. First up, I want to participate in Translateathon in the beginning of the month. I think it starts on the 3rd of March and runs until the Sunday after. And then we have the Buzzwordathon, which starts I think on the 18th and runs until the 24th or 23rd in March. And then I have March Mystery Madness, which takes part in all of the month. But yeah, so let's start out with my audios, and I'll let you know whether they fit for a one readathon or another, or a challenge or whatever. I have a reason for all of the books that's on this list. And the first one I have on my list is It Happened One Autumn, or Efterårets Lunar by Lisa Kleypas. This will be my audio for the Translateathon. The second book in the Wallflower series. This I'll be listening to a Danish audio. I haven't read from this since 2016 when I read the first one. So I'm interested in seeing if I like this one. I really enjoyed the first book in this series, so I hope that I will like this next one as well. But the next one I have is Murder on Washington Square by Victoria Thompson. This will be my March Mystery Madness. Here we go again. Prompt. Is that what it's called? The one where you go back to either a reread or reading from a series that you're working on again, or something like that. You can interpret it as you want to. And this is the 4th book in the Gaslight Mystery series. So I chose this because it's like the next in a series and I would like to read it. So that is for that challenge. Then I have Second Chance Pass by Robyn Carr. This is the 5th book in the Virgin River series, and this is just because I need to work on my stacking the series as well. So I have this book, I put on this TBR for that, also just choosing something completely different in genre than all of the other very fantasy mystery heavy books. So yeah, this is the 5th book in the Virgin River series, and I'm looking forward to reading that one. Then I have Fire and You by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 6th and final book of the Wait For You series, and this is because I need to finish a series every month. That is a goal I have for myself, so obviously I needed to put a series finisher in this TBR as well, and that will be Fire and You by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Next up I have Horns, or Horn, by Joe Hill. This is a Danish translated edition of Horns by Joe Hill, and this I'm reading for the Translateathon. This is also my TBR unwrapping for the month, so I could combine these two into one. And I'm looking forward to reading this one. I enjoyed Fireman, but I thought it was a little too long. This is shorter than Fireman, so hopefully it is just a better book. But I'm very looking forward to reading this. I will listen to an audio of this book as I read it over that week. The next one I have on my list is On What Grounds by Cleo Coyle. This is the 1st book in a new coffee house mystery thing, I think. This will work for both Buzzword Readathon because it has what in the title, and it will also work for March Mystery Madness because it will be something new. I think that's what I put it down for. The next one I have is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This will be my currently reading book of the month, and this has a bluish cover. It has blue on the cover, and it will fit the something blue on the March Mystery Madness. So I have double up on this one as well. The next one I have is 99 Red Balloons by Elizabeth Carpenter. This will be my genre TBR book of the month, and it will also be my March Mystery Madness, but which one did I put it down for? I think I put it down for the borrowed one because I will be listening to this from Storytel, which is not books I own, so this will be my something borrowed. The next one I have is Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling. This will work for my Buzzword Readathon, and this is a really short audio non-fiction memoir thing. And then I got How to Stop Time by Haig. This is also one I have for my Buzzword Readathon, and it will be because it has how in the title. And then I have The Glass Castle by Jeanette. This is the book from my Lala's favorite that I have to get to this month. Another non-fiction book. The next one I have is my Stephen King book of the month, and that is going to be Different Seasons by Stephen King. This is a collection of 4 stories, and I'm really looking forward to reading them. One of them is Shawshank Redemption, which I read for English class actually. Or I read like a chapter of it and I had to review it, but I remember we talked about it a lot. So I remember a lot of things from it, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I've also watched the movies a couple of times. The next one I have is a group read with the BookTube Discord server, and that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is like the book of last year that got the most hype and everyone loved it. Like, I've not seen one people give it less than, I guess, 5 stars. So I'm really scared of being the first one to not like it. I don't know if I will, but maybe I'll end up loving it as everyone else, but I feel like this pressure on me. The next 2 books are going to be my BookTube SFF Awards audios for the month, and that is going to be The Puppy War by R.F. Kuang. This is nominated in the BookTube debut category. Last one I have on my audio is Grey Sister by Mark Lawrence, the second book in the Book of the Ancestor series, which is nominated in the Best Fantasy category. Now we're getting into my physical books for the month. Or ebooks, like the actual reading books, not audios. The first book I have is Fullmetal Alchemist Volume 8 by Hiromu Arakawa. This is going to be for my Translateathon, because there's a graphic novel or manga or whatever. But graphic works is part of the Translateathon. You have to read a graphic work that is translated. And this is translated from Japanese to Danish, maybe from Japanese to English to Danish. I'm not sure. But it went through a process and it became 2 Danish words. Next up I have And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer, or Hver morgen bliver vejen hjem længere og længere by Fredrik Backman. This will be the Danish translated edition of the Swedish book by almost the same name, I guess. This is super short and that's why I picked it, so I can read it for Translateathon. Next 2 books. It is a 1 book, but 2 books. And that is the last pick for the Translateathon, and that is The Black Knight and the Old Wizard. Den sorte rytter og den gamle troldmand. This is book 1, Pawn of Prophecy. It's split into 2 in Danish. So this has the first 10 chapters and this has the second 10 chapters. And yeah, so I'm going to try and read this for the Translateathon as well. So yeah. Next up I have Whose Body by Dorothy L. Sayers. This is the first book in the Lord Peter Wimsey series, and this will work for March Mystery Madness in something old, because this is a really old mystery. And it will also possibly work for Buzzwordathon. At least I've put it on it, because whose? It's the same word, but just in another grammatical way. So I hope it works. The final book that I'm using for the Buzzwordathon is the group read for this readathon called When the Sky Fell on Splendor by Emily Henry. I got interested in this because someone said it was like sort of like Stranger Things. So that intrigued me a lot. The last three things on my list is BookTube SFF stuff, another BookTube SFF. The first one is Arusha and the End of Time by Roshana Chakshi. I already got that down on my overdrive, so I've it ready to read. I might even start it before if I can get to it, so that I have a little of the pressure off from this March TBR reading. Then I have Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse on my list as well to read, and that is nominated in the BookTube debut category. Arusha is nominated in the middle grade category. And then finally I have Aquicorn Cove by Katie O'Neill. This is a graphic novel nominee. So yeah. These are all of the 23 books that I have on my list. Actually, there are 24, with the Pawn of Prophecy being split into 2, but technically it's only 23. But I don't know how this is going to end up working, but yeah, I need to read this. I want to read them all, and I want to... But if there's any of the books that I could push to later, it's probably the Stephen King book. Maybe one of the BookTube SFF books will be okay if it's postponed to next month. But I would rather get a good start to everything, so I hope that I will definitely get to all of these books. Anyway, this is my very ambitious TBR for March. I know I haven't put down my random Kindle pick, but Whose Body is on my Kindle, so I'm going to choose that one. Even though it's not random, it is a Kindle pick, so I'll still be reading something from my Kindle, and it's okay. Let me know if you have some of them on your TBR for the month, and whether you're excited to read them. Are you planning on participating in any of the readathons that I've been talking about today, and what are you going to be reading for them? Also let me know that. And yeah, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.